Let's talk about the Living Wages for Musicians Act. This bill, officially called H.R. 7763, was introduced in March 2024 by Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib and Jamal Bowman, backed by a musician advocacy group called UMAW, creating a government-overseen royalty fund that pays artists directly. Now, let's do the math. Spotify handles about 100 billion streams per day. At 1 cent per stream, that's 1 billion per day. Annually, 365 billion in payouts.
Guys, this is why it's so important that we do our own research. And not only do our own research, that we fact check our sources when we do our research. This is one of the videos that I used in reference when studying this bill a few days ago. One of many. And in this video, he suggests that Spotify processes 100 billion streams a day, which at a penny, which is what the bill is offering artists, would be $1 billion a day, $365 billion a year, which is not feasible for a company that's currently profiting close to 17 billion. However, upon further review, I haven't found any information that suggests that Spotify processes 100 billion streams a day. On top of that, according to a Spotify engineer back in 2015, they said they processed nearly 1 billion streams a day. Now, I know that it's 2025, that's 10 years ago, and there's no updated data on what those streams are now, but we can kind of take a guess. According to the data that we do have access to, we know that Spotify has 675 active users, with the average stream between 1.5 and 2.5. But for this example, I just did the number, I just used 3. Let's just up it to 3. I would say that would suggest that they process about 2 billion, 25 million streams a day, which is way less than 100 billion, which there's nothing, I repeat, nothing that suggests they process that many streams a day. So let's rework the math right quick. So 2 billion, 25 million streams into pennies would be $20,250,000. All right, now we take that figure, multiply that by 365, you get about $7.3 billion, okay? A little bit more, but you get my drift. Spotify brings in just under $17 billion annually. And what they're planning in the bill is to increase their subscription rate by 50%, which would increase their gross profit to about 25 billion. Just that little bit of misinformation makes a bill go from completely unfeasible to very realistic and very possible now. Like I said, I suggest everybody do their own research, but I don't think I'm too far off. All that being said, there are other things to consider. With the price hike that Spotify will have to do, you do have to look at the possibility of people not wanting to pay that much, so their listeners might fall off. So they might not have 650 million after they incorporate, if they incorporate this bill. So we do have to consider that, but it's still a whole lot more feasible than it was before. So